There's something fascinating about the 1990s that most people overlook. It wasn't just the golden age of icons like the Hayabusa or the Fireblade, it was also the era of silent warriors. Beneath the spotlight of 200-mile-per-hour monsters were humble machines that hid performance capable of embarrassing even the most expensive superbikes. These were the hidden superbikes, bikes that didn't need roaring exhausts or flashy graphics to prove themselves. All they needed was a single twist of the throttle. From Britain's legendary triples to Japan's finely tuned V4s, V-twins, and inline fours, each one carried its own philosophy. Performance must be matched with emotion. In this video, we'll uncover 15 forgotten sleepers of the 1990s. Machines that never chased fame, yet earned their place as true legends. Number 15. Honda VFR 750 FR C36. For most riders, the Honda VFR 750 FR C36 wasn't a superbike. It didn't look aggressive, nor did it boast jaw-dropping horsepower figures. But to enthusiasts, it was one of the most perfectly engineered motorcycles Honda ever built. Launched in 1992, the RC36 housed a 748 cubic centimeter D OHCV4 engine, producing around 100 horsepower, enough to surprise anyone with its acceleration, yet so smooth it felt almost electric. Its iconic gear-driven cam system gave the engine unmatched precision, bulletproof durability, and that unmistakable metallic whine, a sound purer than any exhaust note. With a rigid aluminum twin-spar frame, ideal weight balance, and exceptional cornering stability, the RC36 was the ultimate sport tourer. It wasn't built to dominate racetracks, but to conquer highways with a harmony of power, refinement, and emotion. Number 14. Suzuki GSX 1100G. At first glance, the Suzuki GSX 1100G looks like just another big, comfortable touring bike. Calm, steady, and built for long rides. But beneath that composed exterior lies a beastly heart. The 1,127 cubic centimeter DOHC inline-4 engine, borrowed directly from the legendary GSXR 1100. Suzuki retuned it for the open road, trimming peak power slightly, but boosting mid-range torque dramatically. The result? A 100-horsepower machine with lightning throttle response, capable of breathtaking acceleration without needing to scream at redline. Its shaft drive system made it one of the cleanest and most durable sport tourers of the 1990s. No chains, no fuss, just twist and go. Despite weighing nearly 560 pounds, the GSX 1100G remained remarkably stable at high speed and through sweeping corners. Number 13. Yamaha GTS 1000. Launched in 1993, it wasn't just another sport tourer, it was Yamaha's engineering statement. Fuel injection, standard ABS, belt drive, and most notably, the RADD single-sided front suspension that replaced traditional telescopic forks entirely. Beneath its sleek, sculpted body sat a 1,002 cubic centimeter DOHC engine from the FZR 1000, producing about 100 horsepower. It wasn't built for outright speed, but for unmatched stability, eliminating front-end dive under braking. Riders who experienced it described the GTS as a two-wheeled spaceship, smooth, balanced, and astonishingly composed at any pace. Yet its high cost and radical design doomed it commercially. Only a few thousand were built, but for those who understood its brilliance, the GTS 1000 remains a true visionary sleeper. Number 12. Kawasaki GPZ 1100. When people think of 1990s Kawasaki, they picture the ZX-9R or the mighty ZX-11, pure speed legends. Yet hidden between them was a silent powerhouse, the GPZ 1100. This sport touring machine inherited its 1052 cubic centimeter DOHC engine from the ZX-10, tuned for long-distance refinement. With around 130 horsepower, it could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just over 3 seconds. Impressive for a bike weighing nearly 550 pounds. But its greatness wasn't just in power, it was in sophistication. An advanced ABS system offered rare confidence for its time, while the rigid twin-tube steel frame and relaxed ergonomics ensured supreme high-speed stability. The GPZ 1100 didn't flaunt race fairings or flashy decals. It was a superbike for grown-ups, for riders who wanted speed, but with grace and control. Number 11. Honda CB 1000 Super 4. Big One. From its very name, Big One, Honda made a statement. This wasn't just another naked bike, it was a symbol of pure power, wrapped in Honda's signature refinement. Launched in 1995, the CB 1000 Super 4 featured a 998 cubic centimeter DOHC inline 4 derived from the CBR 1000F, producing around 97 horsepower. The engine was famed for its buttery-smooth delivery, linear throttle response, and incredible reliability, capable of running hundreds of thousands of miles without losing its composure. Its twin-tube steel frame, dual front disc brakes, and long-travel suspension created a balance of muscle and poise. Despite weighing over 540 pounds, the Big One handled corners gracefully, accelerated hard, and delivered that unmistakable solid, planted feel only classic Hondas could. Number 10. Triumph Daytona 900 Super 3. Amid the flood of Japanese sport bikes in the 1990s, Britain stood its ground, and the Triumph Daytona 900 Super 3 was its proudest statement. Introduced in 1996, with only around 800 units ever built, it remains one of the rarest British motorcycles of its era. At its heart lay an 885 cubic centimeter three-cylinder engine tuned by the legendary Cosworth, producing 115 horsepower. With strong mid-range torque, the Daytona didn't need to scream to accelerate. It surged forward smoothly, its distinctive triple growl setting it apart from every Japanese inline four of the decade. Its tubular steel frame, white power suspension, and Nissin brakes gave it rock-solid handling and confident control. Yet what truly defined the Super 3 was its elegance, a machine that matched Japanese superbikes in performance, but surpassed them in class and character. Number 9. Suzuki Bandit 1200. When Suzuki launched the Bandit 1200 in 1997, few expected this affordable naked bike to become one of the greatest sleepers of the 1990s. It looked ordinary, even utilitarian, yet underneath lay the heart of a beast. The 1157 cubic centimeter DOHC engine, borrowed from the GSXR 1100, tuned for street performance. With around 98 horsepower and abundant torque, the Bandit could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds and top out at over 140 miles per hour. But what made it special wasn't just raw power, it was the way it delivered it. Smooth, linear, and full of mechanical soul. Its twin-tube steel frame, upright seating, and deep, resonant exhaust note made it both approachable and thrilling. A bike equally loved by veterans and newcomers alike. Number 8. Kawasaki ZZR 600. The Kawasaki ZZR 600, known as the ZX6 in some markets, was one of the most underrated sport bikes of the 1990s. Launched in 1993, it was overshadowed by flashier siblings like the ZX9R and ZX11. Yet for those who rode it, the ZZR 600 was a hidden gem of balance and performance. Its 599 cubic centimeters DOHC inline-4 produced around 98 horsepower, enough for 0 to 60 miles per hour in just over 3 seconds, and a top speed near 150 miles per hour. Weighing just over 430 pounds and featuring a relaxed riding position, it struck the perfect balance between sport and comfort. The engine's durability became legendary, tens of thousands of miles without complaint, running smooth as ever. It never screamed for attention, nor boasted cutting-edge gadgets. The ZZR 600 simply did everything right: fast, stable, and remarkably reliable. Number 7. Yamaha YZF 600R Thundercat. When Yamaha introduced the YZF 600R Thundercat in 1994, speed enthusiasts barely noticed. The spotlight was on hardcore machines like the CBR 600F3 and ZX6R. Yet those with a keen eye knew the truth. The Thundercat was a hidden gem, a sport touring masterpiece that preferred grace over aggression. Its 599 cubic centimeters DOHC inline-4, derived from the FZR 600, produced 100 horsepower, but its real magic lay in smoothness. The Thundercat accelerated hard, yet felt silk-like, with almost zero vibration. A strong steel frame, plush seat, and upright ergonomics made it the perfect companion for long rides. What set it apart was its composure in corners. The bike seemed to glide on rails, delivering precise control without being harsh. Number 6. Suzuki RF 900R. If there was ever a true silent predator among 1990s sport tourers, it was the Suzuki RF 900R. Launched in 1995, it flew under the radar, overshadowed by the GSX-R lineup. Yet those who rode it knew the RF 900R was no underperformer. It was fast, stable, and deceptively powerful. Its DOHC 937 cubic centimeters inline-4, derived from the GSX-R 1100, was tuned to produce 125 horsepower with razor-sharp throttle response. Weighing just about 470 pounds, the RF 900R could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 3 seconds and reach speeds exceeding 160 miles per hour. A twin-spar steel frame, balanced suspension, and semi-upright ergonomics made it as comfortable on highways as it was fierce on the track. The RF 900R never sought fame. It didn't need to. Those who knew it understood. This bike could humble many superbikes of its era while remaining calm, composed, and utterly confident. Number 5. Honda VTR 1000F Superhawk. When Honda unveiled the VTR 1000F Superhawk in 1998, it wasn't just another motorcycle, it was a direct challenge to Ducati's dominance of the V-twin world. In an era where V-twins were synonymous with Italian soul and seductive sound, Honda set out to prove they could match that spirit, with precision and reliability. At its core was a 996 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled DOHC V-twin, producing about 110 horsepower and rich torque across the rev range. It featured the largest carburetors ever fitted to a production motorcycle, giving it instant throttle response and intoxicating acceleration. The twin-spar aluminum frame, inverted forks, and stable steering geometry made it both agile and composed, perfect for mountain roads or long sweeps. Unlike Ducati, the Superhawk wasn't temperamental. It was friendly, powerful, and dependable, a Japanese heart beating inside Italian elegance. Number 4. Kawasaki ZRX 1100. When Kawasaki launched the ZRX 1100 in 1999, it wasn't just another naked bike. It was a tribute to AMA superbike legend Eddie Lawson and the glorious muscle bikes of the early 1980s. From its signature lime green paint to its boxy tank and retro tail, the ZRX 1100 oozed nostalgia. Yet beneath that classic silhouette lay the heart of a modern beast. Its 1,052 cubic centimeters DOHC inline-4, derived from the ZX11, once the fastest production motorcycle in the world, was tuned to deliver about 110 horsepower and immense torque, making brutal acceleration effortless. The twin-tube steel frame, dual rear shocks, and wide handlebars gave it that old-school muscle feel while maintaining superb control and balance. The ZRX 1100 perfectly blended past and present, a machine that stirred nostalgia and respect in equal measure. Number 3. Suzuki TL 1000R. In 1998, Suzuki unveiled the TL 1000R, Japan's boldest response to the Italian V-twin superbikes. Built to challenge Ducati's 996, it fused European racing soul with Suzuki's precision and reliability. The bike was powered by a 996 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled DOHC V-twin, producing around 135 horsepower, delivering strong torque and a signature growl. Its aluminum twin-spar frame and unique rotary damper rear suspension provided remarkable high-speed stability, though the design was not without controversy. Aerodynamic bodywork, twin high-mounted exhausts, and a race-inspired stance made it one of the most distinctive V-twins of the 1990s. On the track, the TL1000R performed brilliantly but never achieved the market success it deserved. Ducati's shadow loomed large. Number 2. Honda CBR 600 F4. In 1999, Honda introduced the CBR 600 F4, widely regarded as the ultimate expression of mechanical perfection before the electronic age began. It wasn't the fastest or the most powerful, but it was the most complete, achieving near-perfect harmony between power, smoothness, and control. Its 599 cubic centimeters DOHC inline-4 produced about 109 horsepower, propelling it from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.3 seconds. This engine wasn't just powerful, it was refined to perfection, with linear throttle response, virtually no vibration, and an exhaust note that sounded like mechanical music. A new aluminum frame, 17 pounds lighter than the F3's, gave the bike sharper handling while preserving the trademark Honda stability. The Thundercat or ZX6R may have been racier, but the CBR 600 F4 was the one everyone could fall in love with. Friendly, balanced, and precise. The sport bike that got everything just right. Number 1. Yamaha XJR 1300. When Yamaha introduced the XJR 1300 in 1998, many dismissed it as just another retro homage, a naked bike for nostalgic riders. But they were wrong. Beneath its vintage styling, round tank, twin shocks, and classic steel tube frame lay a true mechanical titan. Powered by a 1,188 cubic centimeter DOHC inline-4, derived from the FJ 1200. The XJR 1300 delivered around 100 horsepower and massive mid-range torque. Its 5-speed gearbox and buttery-smooth throttle made it not just fast, but deeply composed, a bike that felt powerful, yet effortless. With Brembo brakes, Öhlins suspension, and a rock-solid chassis, it stood as one of the most formidable naked machines of its time. What made the XJR 1300 a true sleeper was its disguise. Vintage looks concealing brute strength. Each of these motorcycles carries its own soul, quiet, unassuming, yet powerful and honest. They represent an era when machines were built with passion, when speed wasn't just a number, but a feeling. The 1990s were the golden years of creativity and individuality, and these sleepers remind us that greatness often hides behind simplicity. If you've owned or ridden one of these bikes, share your memories in the comments, because every story is part of motorcycling history. And if you love forgotten legends, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Our journey to rediscover the machines that once made the world stop and stare has only just begun.